Welcome back. I'm so happy to be here. I'm Laura. If you don't know me or you've stumbled across this video, thank you for being here. I would love it if you join the family, subscribe. Today we're talking all about organisation, all about Notion, all about how I plan out my life. I'm going to take you through what's currently working for me, what I'm enjoying using, and I'm also going to take you through setting up some more Notion pages that I've been wanting to set up for a while. I am so happy to say that this video is sponsored by Notion. I've been using Notion for 4 years maybe. My Notion has completely changed all over that time. You know, I went from being a student to freelance to now full-time employment. I feel like Notion's come on a journey with me. If you don't know about Notion, it is a project management tool and note-taking software. It helps you with efficiency, budgeting, creativity, and goal setting. I'm going to walk you through how I do all of those things in this video. You can completely customize Notion to your needs. You can move everything around, you can use templates, or you can create them from scratch yourself. Whether you're collaborating with colleagues, completing uni work, or using it to track your own personal projects and finances, Notion's a great way to keep on top of everything in your life. Digital planning for me allows me to completely compartmentalize everything in my life, and it really excites me. So if you are like that and you really like to have everything organized and in its place, Notion really is the app for you. I've got my cup of tea with me, ready to get going, and I'm really excited to talk you through the way that I organize my life now, because I feel like I've really gone down a different path and maybe a more minimalistic route, I suppose. I've tried not to overcomplicate stuff, and that's the bit that I love about Notion, because you can make it exactly how you want it to be. So yeah, let's get started. I'm really excited. Before I give you a tour of my Notion, I do want to say that there is a link in the description box where you can see my free templates, so you can see a big template of everything that you're going to see in this video. So if you want to use that to start out on your own Notion, then that's great. There is also a link to sign up to Notion. If you don't know about Notion and you've never used it before, give it a go, try it out. And if you do use my templates, tag me. I want to see that you use them, because I love these templates and I hope that they will help you as much as they help me. So this is my Notion. I love it. It is beautiful, and it is a Pinterest board. It looks like a Pinterest board, my little homepage. Maybe not all the little pages, because I ain't got time for all that, but this page looks beautiful. So I'm just going to talk you through why I've organised it the way I have, what is on this page in general, and then I'll take you through the little sections individually. So at the top of this page there is this banner. This is just a painting. I actually got it from Unsplash here. You can literally search for anything, so you can search for I don't know, daisies, and it will come up with that if you wanted that as your cover image. But you can also upload an image, paste a link from the internet. It is so customizable and I absolutely love it. Now for the icon, I have this little animated gif of a little frog. Now there is no rhyme or reason to this, I just thought it was absolutely adorable, and I just wanted something really cute as the icon. But you can change this icon to whatever you want. You can change it to emojis. Again, you can upload an image, which is what I did, or you can link to something on the internet. So yeah, you can literally choose from hundreds. But I love that one. It just brings me a lot of joy, and I'm not exactly too sure why. I have no particular connection with frogs, but it's just cute, innit? It's just cute. So my homepage is just called Laura's Plans, and I've got these little flower icons that I just got from Google, and below that I just have a little quote which says, "I'm attracting great experiences, opportunities and lessons," because that's what I want to feel in my everyday life. I want to really be more grateful and attract those things. So that is at the top of my page. I'm going to go from left to right. So on the left I just have top tasks. These are just random tasks that I want to get done in the day. For just things being thrown down on a page as to-dos, I use a physical planner. But for top tasks, you know, this can be related to content as well. I use the top task section. These are just random to-dos that if I don't want to use my physical planner, I will use my Notion, and any of the smaller to-dos I can put in my physical planner. But you can see on here I've got get ready, I'm ready, record Notion tour, so I can kind of tick that off. I've just started it, but we're going to tick it off because we like rewarding ourselves. Unpack suitcase, did that last night. Finish editing YouTube video, I'm going to be doing that later today. Make a protein smoothie, I'm going to do it after this video. And tidy bedroom, I've already done, as you can see from my nice tidy room behind me. The only reason I really have a physical planner for my week is just so I spend less time on my laptop. Below my top tasks, I just have this little coffee gif. Now, as most of you will know, if you know my channel, if you watch my videos, I am slightly obsessed with coffee. We love coffee here, and I make it in probably every single one of my videos. So for me, I needed to have like coffee on here for it to feel homey. So yeah, I love this gif, again found on Giphy. It's amazing. At the top I have this call out. Now you can make it say whatever you want to, but I put in a little quote: I trust that everything I need comes to me at exactly the right place and time. This is something that I've been really needing to see and keep in the back of my head recently. There's been a lot of change in my life. I'm really excited about the change, and there's gonna be like big things happening later this year, which I'll talk to you about in a second. But yeah, I am really excited about it, and I don't know, I feel like seeing that every day when I open up my Notion is just really nice. It's just a nice reminder. And then below that I have my social media section. I'll go into more detail in a minute, but I have my social media hub, which is the main page for my social media stuff, my YouTube manager, which is exactly what it says, is my YouTube manager, and then I have my podcast page for managing my podcast. Below that I have my general section, so this is just like things that I'm going to use on a day-to-day basis. So I have outstanding tasks, budget, birthdays, London, traveling. Now some of these pages aren't finished, some of these pages I've recently added. So I have this quote on the right hand side which I absolutely love, which says, "A girl who's going to do big things cannot let small things get to her." I really love this quote because I feel like it just encapsulates like everything that's happening in my life right now. I need that like extra bit of confidence, and also the design of it, chef's kiss. So below that I have self-development. Now under self-development I have various things. Some of these I really need to expand upon and add things to, but I'm taking that day by day. I'm really not forcing myself to kind of put everything in at once, because I know that that's just going to make me not use it. So yeah, I have 2022 goals, library, which is how I track my reading, manifestation, things I've learned, and personal projects. Okay, so we're going to start with probably my favorite section, just because it's so organized now and I love it. I have been back and forth with my social media stuff and the organization and the way that I do that for the past, what, 4 years? How long have I done social media? 2017, 2022, 5 years. I've physically planned, I've digitally planned, I've used Notion, but in a different way, and I've gone back and forth between different ways, and I feel like I've finally found a method that just works for me. Firstly, I'm gonna take you through my social media hub page because this has everything. Now, at the top, I've just got this really simple banner. I believe it's just like some cloth. I don't really know. I found it on Unsplash again. The icon is so adorable, and I feel like it kind of looks like me now. I just think it makes this page look so cute, and I love it. Anyway, so we have various sections across this page. We have Let's Brainstorm, so this is all my ideas. We have Current Projects, which is, as it suggests, current projects. And then we have a little quote in the middle which says, daily reminder, smile, drink your water, work out, remember why you started, spread love and positivity. And then on the right hand side I have my goals. Now these are just very rough. I don't really set myself that many online goals anymore, just purely because it's not my job anymore, and I just do this as a passion project, and that's the way it is. I kind of just keep them there so that I know in my mind what I'm aiming towards, but yeah, I don't really view my goals the same as I used to. So moving into the pages themselves, I have YouTube Manager. Now this is my main page. This is where I do everything, and this is the one that is linked on my homepage so I can get there directly. So this is my page. See, I feel like this page really illustrates my favorite things about Notion, which is so exciting. So I have this page in the board view. Now, I absolutely love this view. This is probably my favorite view because you can see everything and it's just all there, but you can like easily move everything. So for example, this video now, Spend Sunday With Me, is ready for editing. It's done, so it will be published soon. And how I organise my life with Notion, I can now move across to filming. I don't have a structure for how I plan my videos anymore because it was just creating too much stress for me, like being like, oh, what A roll do I want, what B roll? I write things down. If I wanted a specific video looking specifically artsy at one point, I will plan out the shots. But if not, I just go with the flow. Life's too short. So, for example, I'll go through this Spend Sunday With Me video, which you'll have seen last week if you watch my channel regularly. If you don't, go watch it. Cheers. So I have various sections on here which just allow me to filter things. So I have whether the video is sponsored, the category of the video. So here I have various categories, and these are the main categories that I want for my videos. I then have platforms, so obviously this is YouTube, status, ready for editing, and then I have the upload date. If it is a part of a series, I will tag them. And then I have music that was used and the link to that music, because for this particular platform you have to link the music in the description. As you can see here, I've literally just written out kind of tick list of what to do. It just means that I have a bit of a structure to how I'm filming and I don't forget to film something. So yeah, that's how I planned that video. Some videos, as I said, are a bit more structured. If they have a sponsor in them, then the sponsor will be in the sponsors section, which I will talk you through in a second. The main thing I love about the board view is that you can literally just move everything across. I have the content calendar view as well, which just puts everything into a calendar, nothing crazy. I don't really use that as much. I prefer the board view. So video ideas is literally just a list of all ideas that I have for videos, and I've split them into like the different genres that are on the YouTube Manager page. I'm not going to show you this because this will reveal all the videos that I'm doing in the next few months. Inspiration is just links to other people's YouTube videos and various other inspiration. Current projects, so sponsorship / brand collabs. This literally just has the brands that I'm working with, and inside of those it just says what's required of the sponsorship, what I need to do, and my brief and my creative treatment, things like that, so that I am really like up on top of what I need to do for each brand collab. Here I have Q2 video overview. This is one of my favorite pages. You can see some of the ideas I have. I purposely deleted a few, so there will be more videos than that. I have the second quarter of the year, and it's just a rough overview of the videos, because on the other page it can get quite crowded, and you know, I just like to see the titles on this page. That's my social media hub. I love it. It does everything I need it to do, and it's a little less complicated than it was before. Last but not least in my social media section is the podcast. So if you don't know, I have a podcast. I absolutely love it. There'll be an episode the Wednesday after you'll see this video, but I have the information and the schedule. So for me, I've just written down like record, edit, upload when I want to do those things. Here I have topic inspiration. Now I'm not going to show you this page because it's literally just a list of all the topics I want to cover in the podcast, full stop. It's just a big tick list, and I've gone through and ticked the ones that I have covered, and I will be going through and ticking the ones that I'm going to cover. As you can see, I have a calendar view here, so that just means I can just see where the episodes are. Again, it's just basically to just see an overview. I then have the board view, so that just shows me which ones are published. I need to go in and edit this and like add what I've done on like the YouTube one where it's like ready for editing, recorded, that kind of thing. I just haven't got round to it, if I'm honest. But yeah, that is my podcast page. Okay, so for example, here is an episode that I'm currently planning, which is Oops, I accidentally created a false reality. So this is all about online authenticity, YouTube, social media. Yeah, really excited to record this episode. So yeah. Hello, Editing Laura just hopping in here. I forgot to mention, but this is actually a template and you can create new pages from that specific template. So I don't have to redo this every time I plan an episode. I can just fill in the information that's relevant to that episode. This is intro and catch up. It's literally just like a general go through this before you record kind of thing. Between certain parts of my episodes I have little transition sounds, so I've just put them in to help me know when to put them in, basically. And then I have part 1, influencer culture / the idea of perfection online, and then I just have takeaways from this section, and in here I will type out what I want to say, things I want to cover, and this will like really flesh out as I'm planning it. Part 2 is about how social media stunts personal growth. So again, takeaways from that part. And then part 3, which is labeled as part 2, how we can use social media mindfully, and is social media the way forward? And that is, again, there'll be takeaways from that part that I'll say at the end. So then at the end, I just have my food for thought, which is a segment of my podcast where I just give a food for thought. Pretty self-explanatory. This is the outro. So yeah, that is how I plan my podcast. I literally just type all my ideas and then record. I don't have a really serious way of planning stuff. As I said, I don't have the time or effort for that anymore. Moving to general, one of my favorite pages is outstanding tasks. Now this is, again, a board view. I love this view, can we tell? My outstanding tasks are just tasks that are not necessarily really time sensitive, but are things that I really want to get done, and various things are just like put on there. You know, as I said, I use a physical planner to plan out my week just because I like to see it all on like a page that I can carry with me. But this is also very useful. Now, I usually have a huge line of all these, but before I filmed this video I just went through and like deleted the stuff that just doesn't matter or isn't relevant anymore. As you can see over here, we have not started, making progress, almost there, and completed. So this is the same as my YouTube one. As I've said, the thing that I absolutely love is just the way that I can just go, yeah, okay, I'm all of a sudden making progress on it. It's just, I love it so much. So just being able to put stuff down, delete it when I want to, it really just helps me with my organization. My OCD loves it, and it just means that everything looks nice and pretty and not overwhelming. At the top of this page as well, I have this little quote which I love, which says, "You don't have to do this, you get to do this." Now, changing that mindset for me recently has been so important, and I've seen so much change with that. Okay, moving into my budget page. Now, I am being a lot more on top of budgeting because I'm moving to London later this year. So I have been planning out my expenses, and what I did was I put all of my expenses into this budget, and then I got rid of the ones that I didn't need. So these are the ones that are like properly needed by me. So here you can see the direct debits that I have, and then which ones are monthly subscriptions. This should also be a monthly subscription. So for this I used a budget template, which is actually on Notion. As I said, I'm going to leave a completely blank version of all of this, so you can literally copy and paste this into your Notion without having to do any effort. So yeah, so here I just have what the expense is, the amount of the expense, type of payment, category, comment of that. So the comment is basically how is it paid, when does it expire, things like that. And then I have notes on the right of that, which is just like notes to myself of things that maybe I want to do / need to think about. So for example, Amazon Prime, do I need it? How often have I ordered something on Amazon Prime in the last couple of months? Would it be the end of the world if it took an extra day? Now further down the page I have my savings plan. Now I'm not going to show you this because this is very personal. It shows my salary, money that I'm earning from everywhere. It just in my head means that I know what money I'm going to be going to London with, I know what money I'm going to have in my bank account when I'm there, I know etc, and I can adjust that to my life and how everything evolves as I go along, but that's in the same kind of template as the expenses. I also am going to start to do monthly expenses across the top, so this is just going to log like everything I've spent in that month, so I can notice kind of patterns where I'm spending more than I want to. Having my workspace like this saves me so much time and energy. It means that I can be more productive in the time that I do have, because this isn't stressing me out. It is very calm, very organized, and very sorted. Okay, birthdays is, as you might guess, my favorite people's birthdays, and the birthdays that I want to remember and buy gifts for, everything like that. I'm not going to show you that because that does give a little bit of their privacy away, but it basically just has the people's names, their birthdays, their next birthday, how old they're going to be, and like a notes thing at the side. So like, say I think, oh, I'm gonna buy this person this for their birthday, but it's like 4 months away, then I can note it down so I don't forget. Then I have London. Now I'm gonna show you this page in a future video because I've got a lot to plan out for that, and I'm gonna take you through how I'm doing all of it. But yeah, London, that's happening this year. Very, very excited to take you all on that journey and to go on that journey myself. It's gonna be very, very fun and I can't wait. But yeah, so I've got a page for that. It's basically just got like apartments, budgeting, areas in London that we like, apartments that we've seen, timings, things like that. Another thing I do want to mention about Notion is that you can collaborate really, really easy on Notion. So for example, this London page, I'm going to be sharing it with my boyfriend because I'm moving with him. So that page will be shared with him and he can then input and add things to that page and like comment on things that I've said or vice versa. Which makes it so easy for working with someone. If you're working on a project together, say you and a colleague are working on something, or you and someone at university are working on something together, it's just so easy to collaborate on things like that if you've got something in one space. So moving down to self-development, this is a huge part of my life. I love everything that I do with self-development because it makes me a happy person. At the top we have my 2022 goals. So as it suggests, these are my goals for 2022. So I have in general a bunch of goals here. As you can see, I have my top 3 goals in here. So find an apartment to rent in London and live as freely as possible, focus highly on self-development, expand my knowledge. So in those I've got like other smaller goals, but those are my top 3. So if I just need like 3 to focus on, then I'm going to do that. Monthly goals, so as you can see, I don't plan in advance anymore because it exhausts me and I don't need to be thinking 5 years in the future right now. Maybe in a few years I might need to think more so for the future, but right now I'm taking it month by month and planning a couple of months at a time. So as you can see, April, prepare for new job, set up desk space, upload 3 videos to YouTube, start posting consistently to TikTok, and read 2 books. I'm on task for all of those, which is really exciting. That's that. And then at the top, as with some of the other pages, I just have be the energy you want to attract, because I do want to be the energy I want to attract. Moving into my library, this is so exciting. I recently did this page and I love it, and I'm really proud of myself for doing like the little sliders. This is documenting all of my reading. Now, I'm getting there. I'm getting on the grind of reading. I'm currently reading this book, which is The Night She Disappeared by Lisa Jewell. I am loving it. I'm 100 pages in and I actually need to change that because it says 80 on there. Actually read 20 more pages this morning, so I have like a bunch of books on here. Now these are just books that I bought, haven't started yet, so it just means that I'm just like waiting until I start them and then I can track them. Okay, so I will take you through how I add a book in. So this book was bought for me by my wonderful friend, and I'm really excited to read this. This is going to be my next read. It's going to go above all of the others in here because I'm just too excited about it. So at the bottom I just add new. The title of this book is The Library of the Unwritten. So I add that in there. I then will add in the author, who is A.J. Hackwith. And then read, obviously I haven't read any of that yet. And then I go to the end of the book and see what page the last page is. So this is 442. This will set this. As you can see on this one, it's not set because I haven't added in the pages yet. The genre is fantasy and fiction. So I'm going to move this up here because it's going to be next. But yeah, that is how quick it is for me to add everything. I've added all the ones that are on my bookshelf behind me, just so they're already added. I don't need to do them when I start reading. I love this page so much, especially the little icon, because it's just how beautiful. Now I have my manifestation page. This page needs some work. I need to add some stuff to it. Now I'm getting there, but for example, I've got my motivational podcast page. I'm going to make that so I have various podcasts that I listen to so I can visually see them, and then I'm going to go in and write down like things that I might have learned from that podcast, things that really stood out to me, so that I can share it on my own podcast as well, because I really want to start sharing what's inspiring me. So yeah, there is a bunch of stuff that I want to add to this page, but I haven't got around to it yet. Energy givers here, need to remind myself of these all the time, because sometimes I just forget where I get energy from, and then I'm like, why do I have no energy at the moment? Oh, it's because I haven't spent any time with anyone recently. And then all of a sudden, my life makes sense. Now we've got the things I've learned page. So this page is very, very simple. Again, does need some more work here because I've got quite a bit to still do. I haven't added anything to these yet because I have notes from these podcasts in my notes on my phone, so I'm going to be moving them over pretty soon. So for example, Diary of a CEO, I will create a page in here and say like episode with da 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 da, and then I will like write down anything that I've taken away from that episode. And then I've always got notes from that. I always know a way like back to that. That's that page. And then personal projects, I'm not going to go into that because they are personal projects. I know my Notion isn't maybe as exciting as some people's, because I want a simple life, you know? I don't want to be stressed every day thinking I've got to like fill out 60 things. As I mentioned, there will be 2 links below. There'll be a link to sign up to Notion. Again, thank you so much, Notion, for sponsoring this video. This is so exciting to me because I've been wanting to work with Notion for such a long time now, since my school days. Like, this is big and I'm really excited about it. So yeah, thank you, Notion. I really appreciate it. There'll be a link in the description to sign up to Notion to try it out for yourself. I'd really recommend trying it, even if you haven't tried digital planning before. It changes the game, I promise you. You'll feel so organised. And as I said, there is also a link to my page, but completely blank, so you can make it your own if you want to just duplicate it. If you want some of the same like visuals on the page, you can do that. And let me know if there's anything else you want regarding organisation, productivity. I will do a plan with me at some point. That will be really, really fun. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.